and open pom.xml and mention the same. Properties and dependencies. Maven update project. Okay. So then Lombok installation only one time setup. No, it need not to do again and again. I'm creating one class here. Okay. So what is the problem? Eclipse itself is giving some problem, it seems. Just wait for a second. Right click on SRC main Java, new class. It's not giving the option. Fine. Temporarily, I'll take my STS, Spring Tool Suite. That's okay. No, even package also not able to create. Sometimes it will be corrupted. Eclipse latest one, right? Might be bugs will be there, may not work properly. New package. Okay, just not working. We have to clear the caches. That takes some lot of issues. Okay, again go to that Eclipse location, see the temp files, and we have to check that clearance. Will take some time. I'll use temporarily my STS. Okay, there I'll be taking a workspace. Tools, 7:30 a.m. September 2021. Okay. Window preferences, same. This is also advanced Eclipse actually. Installed JRE. Remove the old one. STS also Eclipse only, but it supports Spring Boot also. Java, JDK, finish, apply, font, colors and font. Okay, we'll create the application here. Here, if you look at, there is no Maven project option it is showing. In this case, go to last option, other. File, new, other. It's a Maven project. Next button. Create a simple project. Next button. in.naresh it. Okay, Spring 5 XML EX version 1.0. Okay. Right click, build path, configure build path, library, JRE system library, edit. Okay, apply and close. Now open pom.xml and there in between version tags, mention these properties and dependencies. Okay. Right click, Maven update project. Now I'm creating one simple class here. So my data source, any name, that's fine. in dot nit dot ragu dot bin. Okay, not only this one, just creating some variables here. String, it's a host. Integer, it's a port. This is user and this is password. So I want to say, hey, Spring Framework, please create object to this one. @data is Lambda. When you apply this annotation, @data, it will generate a default constructor. Okay, set get methods, toString method, hash code and equals. You can see all the methods here. Once you expand, if you go to Package Explorer, click on this expand symbols here, and there you can observe. Just I'm minimizing here, that's fine. Now I'm creating one XML file here. Just to write this configuration, I want to create object to this. Okay, go to src main resources folder. Okay, so I'm just giving step number 4. Okay, create one class under src main resources folder. That is actually called Spring Bean, which follows all rules given by Spring Container. That's provided. Now I am writing Spring XML configuration file. Step number 5. Recommended to create non-Java files under resources folders. Resources folder. Right click on resources, new, going to one option file. Go to one option new and file. Choose this option. If you want to create XML file here, choose this. New file. Okay, I'm just taking the name config.xml, beans.xml, any name. Click on source option. It will be opened in the design mode. Click on source option here. You may get some lines like this. Okay, click on source. Source option, see in the bottom, design. Okay, now this is created. I'm just giving the steps here. Spring XML configuration file. Okay, right click on src main resources folder, new file, enter name. Example is a config.xml. So once you create the file here, for XML file, and click on source option. Now once you create this one here, you can go to internet and copy the XSD lines. Okay, what I'm typing here, observe Spring XML configuration. When you type like this, you will see some line like this, docs.spring.io official site. XSD configuration, you see line number, see 40 dot, it is showing here. So XML schema based configuration, you can search with this name also, not an issue. If you can remember this, it's okay. Just click on this. In Google, you can just search with this name, scroll down, scroll down. This is XSD content. I'm just doing copy of this content and paste here. These are XSD lines which validates our XML file. Whatever the XML file that you are writing, is that valid or not? These lines will check internally. Okay, beans tag. Okay, now inside that I am going to write object for my class. Okay, I want to write here object. Okay, do you want to create one object here? Then we have to write a tag. It's a bean. Bean indicates object. ID indicates object name. Okay, my ds. And class indicates your full class name, for which class you have to create object, my data source. Okay, the meaning of writing this code is nothing but creating the object. Okay, see, for this class, this package name I mentioned and this class, whenever you write like this, the meaning is actually creating the object. And next one, I have to say, please provide the data. There I'm writing a tag property. Okay, look at the property name. It's a host. And there I'm giving value is equals to ABCD. Next I'm giving second one. It's a port 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one is a user NIT. And next one is the password. Okay, Raghu. Like this, I just gave some content. So this is creating the object. Now I want to execute. Is that correct or not here? Okay. So by writing a test class, right click new, I'm writing a class test. Okay, there I'm writing a test class, main method. First create application context, means a Spring container, by using new class path, means go to SRC main resource, read XML file and create Spring container. This is a file I'm just taking, and the file name is actually config.xml. That is reading that XML file and creating Spring container. Yeah, it's actually setter injection internally. This is property called setter injection. Okay, there I'm writing ACE dot using a method get bean. Which object do you want to read? I want to read my DS. This is an object name. And what is a class type? It's a my data source. To avoid casting, dot class. Return same object here. It's a DS. And just print the DS. It will internally call toString method. It will internally call. If you want confirmation, go to println method. Value of, there it will call toString. Okay, object class toString method is called. Okay, running this application finally, run as Java application. Look at the output. Object is created and toString is called. You can just have confirmation here. This is code sample. I'll give folder structure also just for confirmation. This is a folder structure you can see. This is Spring Bean. It's a test class. Spring XML configuration file. At last pom.xml will be there. This is Spring Bean. Testing purpose, test class. Spring XML config file. Okay, giving the same here. There's a file name I'm just giving. It's a config.xml. Okay, and it's a test class. Test.java. Right click on test class. Run as Java application. You will see the output. Okay. See, you may see sometimes output like some toString format. That means your Lombok is not activated. Either you activate the Lombok or else generate manually set get methods. Anything is okay. No, sir, I don't want to use Lombok. Fine. You generate the setters and getters to string method manually. Go to source menu. There you can use these options. If you don't want to use Lombok, these are the options. You can just follow. That is also okay. So this is the option. We can just follow and we can write it. So this is XML based configuration. Same thing how it will be in case of Java and annotation based configuration. Means this XML file will not be available. Okay. I am going to write one more example. File, new, go to other, Maven project, next button, create a simple project, next button. Okay. in.naresh it. Okay. Spring 5. Okay. Just I'm writing here. It's a Java EX. Finish. It's a Java based application. Okay. Open pom.xml. Their dependency is common. pom.xml is same. Only in the place of XML, remaining changes. Okay. It's a Maven update project. Just to have clarity, second project I'm just closing. Close project. Again, if you want, right click open project. You can just do it. Okay. Now here I'm just creating a same class here. It's a my data source. Just I'm writing in.nareshit.raghu.bean. Okay. This is a my data source class. Same code I'm just writing here. Okay. This time add one annotation @component. @component creates object to your class. Okay, this annotation, Java and annotation based configuration. There we used to mention @value. This is called value injection or field injection. Okay, just I'm writing. It's a ABCD. Of course, you can read the data from properties file also. 1, 2, 3, 4. NIT. Raghu. Okay. So like this, I'm just writing this application here. And there I'm creating one more file that is actually app config, which is equal to XML configuration file. But this time we have to mention what is the common package. The common package is this one. We used to call component scan. And we have to say it's a configuration file, Java configuration file. If you want to work with properties file, of course you can do it. Just I'm giving hard coded data only. And finally test class. Previously same data I gave by using XML file, but this time direct values I'm providing here. Right click new, I am writing a class test. Okay, writing main method, annotation config application context, new AC control space enter. See one more time, AC control space enter. Okay, that's actually here AC application context, this one, and our class name is app config.class. It's an input. Okay, read and print the object ac.getBean. Okay, if you don't give any object name, default class name it will take. I'm just giving my DS. Object name I'm just giving. It's a my DS, my data source. Yeah, just I'm writing Spring applications instead of leaving empty. Okay, here I'm showing only how to work with Maven concept only. I'm not explaining anything Spring, what is Spring and applications and all. How to write Maven applications. That is only target. Run as Java application. Look at this. object created, and you are able to see the data. So this annotation, look at the folder structure. This time there is no XML files involved. Okay, nothing in SRC main resources. Okay, this is Spring Bean plus annotation configuration, Java configuration file, and test class. These three files giving the same folder structure for clarity. Look at this. For Java config. Step 1. It's a Spring Bean. Step 2. This is Java and annotation config we have to call. @data is generating setGet method, toString method, and all. Step number 2, your app config. Okay, step number 3, test class. This is one. Okay. So if you're interested, I'll show one Spring Boot example also. One small web application if you want. Okay. Now look at. You need Spring Toolsuite software. Currently, I'm working with the same STS. Download and extract. Same like your Eclipse only. Advanced to Eclipse. Of course, you can use STS also for plugin. STS4 download. This is Spring Toolsuite for Eclipse. Choose this Windows option. It will download. Internally, it is Eclipse only. Additional plugins will be there to work. Okay, that is you can just use here. Okay, if you want here. We'll see one servlet application also. File, new Spring Starter project. Look at. Do you want to create a Spring Boot application? There is a Spring Starter project. Spring Boot reduces lot of configuration done by Spring framework. You need not to do lot of work manually. Okay, it's a Spring Starter project. For Mac OS also link is there here. You can just download and extract and start. Linux, Mac, Windows. File, new Spring Starter project. So there, okay, here it is giving some project name. It's a demo and some default details it is giving. By default, it is a Maven project, Java version, okay, packaging and all it is showing here. You can change your defaults. Okay, only I'm changing few details. One, Spring Boot 2, first EX. Okay, and group ID I'm changing in.naresh IT, and version I'm changing 1.0. Package I'm changing to Raghu. Look at what all I modified. I'm just giving the line. Remaining I'm just keeping default for Spring Boot application. This is your interest, you want to work. Just I'm showing one example. Next button, there you can choose dependencies whatever you want. Do you want to create a web application or normal application? If you want to create a web dependency will be there, Spring Web. UI is theme leaf. Okay, to avoid restart of your application, it's a dev tools. basic dependencies. You can search and choose. This is just additional example I'm just giving. Next button and finish button. Okay, so here advantage pom.xml, everything auto generated. Hey, super, right? Okay, you need not to do anything manually. Complete pom.xml with a parent child concept, all required properties, everything automatically generated, you can see. And scopes, everything set automated. Reduces lot of configuration by programmer. No need to go to internet, okay, search with content and paste in pom.xml, not required. Okay, directly concentrate on your code. And there will be one main class also generated. This only entry point. There is a main class, main method class is available. That is only entry point. If you run this, it is going to be started. Okay, I'm just writing a simple web application here. Okay, right click new class. I'm writing it's a home controller. Okay, @controller, public string show page. Return, it's a home @request mapping. Default path is /. Now going to application.properties, I did not create, it's auto provided. There I'm writing port number. Server.port default is 8080. I'm just setting to 80. Only 80. Only 80, need not to enter the port number in the URL. Okay. I'm creating the page home.html under templates. Here. Right click new, go to file. It's a home.html. There I'm writing one HTML. Writing head section. It's a title. I'm writing body section. H1. Welcome to WebMVC. Close H1. Okay. So I wrote one application, a simple controller, HTML file and properties. If you work with the Spring Web application, here point number 1, server configuration not required. Embedded server comes. Point number 2, no view resolver required, auto configuration. Point number 3, no dispatcher servlet configuration required. No component scan base package properties loading not required. So no handler mapping required. Only controller view. That's it. Okay, lot of configurations are reduced in Spring Boot. If someone worked on WebMVC, for them I'm showing here. Okay, run this application, go to main class and Spring Boot application. Okay, just to go to browser, type localhost. That's it. Just localhost. Nothing else. No port number, nothing. Press enter. Port number also not required. Default port number 80. No path, nothing. Just localhost. Okay. In the place of this one, you can type your system IP address. ipconfig. So this is ipconfig. You can just take it. If it's a network configured, it's a public IP. You can also access same. Okay. You can type system name also. That's it. Localhost. This application here. So you want to learn this? I'll give one recorded video for this. You can just go through this. It's a WebMVC. It's a Spring Boot WebMVC. You can just go through this video. I explained complete flow. This diagrams and all you can see. So what is front controller? What is handler mapper? Okay. Generally, if you go to Spring Boot classes, there they will explain. Just I'm giving, as some people asked. It's not in your content. Spring Boot Web MVC. A full video is available. Please go through this. complete flow is there. Your interest, it's additional, I'm just giving. Okay, this one, just work on this. Yeah, same thing I'm updating there in the classroom also. My Spring Boot batch, mostly after completion of these tools only will be started. Okay, this one, go through this, it will be helpful to you. No, you can't copy here, that's why I posted in the classroom drive. Okay, recordings, under recordings also I'll provide if you want. This is WebMVC.